You know what keeps me up at night? It's not AI, it's not the technology, it's the executive who pulled me aside after a board meeting last month and whispered, "We have been running AI pilots for 2 years and we have 40 to 30 of them now, but I can't name a single one that's in production." I'm like, seriously? 40, 30 and zero in production? And here's the thing, this isn't a rare thing. This has become a norm. If you are a CEO, a chief strategy officer, a board member watching this, and you are wondering why your AI transformation feels like Groundhog Day, you are not alone. And let me tell you what's actually happening. You approved a pilot, maybe it was computer vision or quality control, or maybe some chatbot for a customer service. It doesn't matter what it is. The pilot worked, and the data science team showed you a demo, and the accuracy, it was 87%, right? But the vendor was thrilled. Your chief digital officer said, "This is transformative." You approved the next phase, and then nothing. 6 months down the line, and you ask about it in a leadership meeting, and there's awkward silence. Someone says, "We are working through some data integration challenges." It's dead. They just haven't told you yet. So you approve another pilot, different use case, different teams, but the outcome still remains same. And this cycle continues. Here's what nobody is telling you in those steering committee meetings. Pilots are designed to succeed. They are built in a very controlled environment. Data is clean. There's very thin, narrow scope, dedicated resources, no legacy systems, nothing, no organizational politics. Production that's designed to expose every weakness in your organization. And I mean every weakness. Let me break down the 5 different reasons your pilots will never escape the lab and why this has almost nothing to do with the AI itself. Reason 1, you are solving a technology problem, not a business problem. I sat in a room last quarter with a CIO who showed me some AI use cases they were piloting upon. But I asked him, which one, if it fails, would you get fired over? And he stared at me. None of them. And that's the issue. If none of your AI pilots are solving problems that actually matter to your P&L, to your customer retention or your operational risk, then nobody is going to fight to get them into production. And because they are not science projects. And science projects don't get budget when things get tight. Your CFO knows this very well. They are just waiting for you to figure it out. Reason 2, you don't have an integration strategy. You have just hope. Let me ask you something. How many core systems does your AI need to talk to in order to actually work in production? Your ERP, CRM, data warehouse, operational technology on the factory floor, or what? Now tell me, who owns the entire integration roadmap? And if your answer is IT will figure out a way, or it's a vendor problem, your pilot is already dead. Here's the reality. Your IT organization has a backlog that's months old, and they are running on a waterfall method from all back. And you just asked them to integrate a real time machine learning model with systems that batch process data overnight. Good luck. Production is not about whether the model will work or not. It's about whether your infrastructure can support it. And most of the time, it can't. Now, third reason, you are running pilots in silos, then expecting them to enterprise wide adoption. This one is my favorite because you let the head of supply chain run on an AI pilot. It worked, it's brilliant. Now you want to scale it to manufacturing, to sales, finance. But here's what you didn't do. You didn't build it with enterprise architecture in mind. You didn't think about the data governance. So now you have a one-off solution that only works supply chain. And if manufacturing wants the same thing, they need to rebuild it from scratch. Congratulations, you just created an AI sprawl. You know what's worse than no AI strategy? 40 to 50 different AI strategies that don't talk to each other. Now, number four, nobody is accountable for the outcome. Let me tell you what happens in most organizations. The data science team builds the model. Their job is done there. Their job is done when the accuracy hits the target. Now, IT is responsible for the infrastructure. Their job is done when the model is deployed. The business unit is responsible for adoption. And their job is done when? Well, actually, they are too busy hitting their quarterly numbers to babysit a new tool. So, who's accountable for the outcome? Who wakes up every day thinking, did this AI actually change our business? Nobody. And without that clear accountability, production dies in the gap between teams. You need one person, one leader who can own the end to end outcome. Not the model, not the deployment, the business result, the outcome I'm talking about. And if you don't have that person, stop approving pilots right now. Now, number five, you are afraid of what production will reveal. This is the one nobody says out loud. Pilots are safe, they are contained. If they fail, you will kill them quietly. There's no risk. While production is public, it's visible, it's in the earnings call, it's in all hands meetings. And here's what production reveals whether your leadership team actually knows how to manage technology driven change. And most of the times, they don't. And that's terrifying. So instead of confronting the gap, you approve another AI pilot, you study it a little longer. You wait for more data, but you are not waiting for right data. And you are waiting for courage. So what do? If you are stuck in pilot hell, here's how you get out. First, kill half of your pilots right now. Today, if it's not solving your problem that impacts top three strategic priorities of yours, then kill it right now. Stop any spending on their infrastructure. Reallocate those resources. Having more pilots does not mean you're serious about them. Just three pilots. Choose any three pilots that matter. Second, assign one executive per production use case. Not a steering committee, not a cross functional team, nothing. Just one person, one throat to shock off. As they say, their bonus is tied to the business outcome, not the model accuracy. The outcome. Number three, build your integration layer before you build another model. Before you approve one more AI pilot, ask your CIO, do we have the infrastructure to actually run these in production? If the answer is no, fix your infrastructure first. I know that's not exciting, of course. I know it doesn't make good LinkedIn posts, but you know what's less exciting? Not having multiple pilots with zero production. Fourth, demand a production plan before you fund the pilot. From day one, before you spend $1, ask, what does production look like? Who's going to use this and how will they access it? What systems does it integrate with? And who's responsible for the adoption? What does success will look like in 6 months from now? If they can't answer those questions, don't fund the pilot at all. Because without a production plan, you are not running a pilot, you are running a research project. Look, I get it. AI is complicated. The technology is moving way fast now. There's pressure from the board, from investors, from competitors, and AI, it's easier to approve pilots than do the hard work of actually transforming your organization. But here's the truth. Your competitors are not stuck in pilot hell. The companies that are winning, they are not smarter than you. They are not better funded. They don't have better data scientists. They just made one decision. We are going to stop pretending pilots are in progress. They picked three things that mattered, that's all. They assigned clear owners, built the infrastructure, demanded accountability, and shipped. That's it. So here's my question for you now. When you walk into your next leadership meeting, are you going to approve pilot number what 40, 45, 50, or are you going to ask the question that changes everything? Why isn't anything working we built actually that's running? Because once you ask that question, really ask it, because you can't go back, and that's when the real transformation starts. So now, if you are a CXO, a board member, or a senior leader trying to figure out how to get AI out of the lab and get into the production, this is what I work on every day. Not the technology, the transformation. If this resonated with you, I would love to take this conversation forward.